lying to you too.
Today's spotlight artist is Sean Costello.
And I'm tired of pretending that I've gotten over you.
I interviewed Sean this past Monday night. Tuesday evening, I received an email from his manager saying Sean had passed away a few hours after I did the interview.
And I can't rest for wishing that you call me on the phone. I'm ringing my name. Is it too late in the game?
I'm just kind of a loss for words at this point. Sean was going to turn 29 Wednesday, 2 days later. To be so young and to pass away with such great talent, it's really sad.
I love you still, even when you smile will. You know you're really a part of me. You make me down in the heart of me. I know I can't let go. I can't let go.
The world lost an extremely talented, passionate musician at a young age that had his whole career ahead of him.
On the surface, Sean Costello had it all.
There's only a handful of guitar players that really know the original way blues is meant to be played. They've done their homework. Sean was a guy that had done his homework.
You just don't find artists in their 20s who are performing this music that can make that connection so well. And there were so many things to look forward to.
On April 15, 2008, Sean Costello checked into an Atlanta motel. Before dawn, he died of an accidental drug overdose. Sean's death was a cruelly abrupt end to his story. The story of an uncompromising blues musician who followed his calling against considerable personal odds.
Drive on until I get there. I think I'll drive on until I get there.
In my case, it's my passion. It's what I love. I wake up in the morning and I want to hear blues music. I mean, it's just been my passion since I was a little kid. I always remember loving music. I got a guitar for my 9th birthday. Eventually started teaching myself, and that's kind of when it really kind of took over my life. I just kind of took to it, and every day I would come home from school and just play for hours and try to copy these records.
He just would always get a great reaction because he was so emotionally involved in his music.
You're killing my love day by day. You're killing my love in every way. And if you succeed,
his vocals were great vocals, and he was just a monster guitar player.
I've been playing on stage since I was 12 years old and pretty much started out playing blues, traditional, electric blues, I guess. And I've played some different styles over the years, but I've been doing it professionally since I was 14.
do you want to rock, children? Do you want to rock, baby? Do you want to rock, children? Yeah, do you want to rock, baby?
I made my first CD when I was 16, 17 years old. I guess between junior and senior year in high school. Something about that sound of the blues, the feeling that it creates, even as a young kid when I didn't know what it was called.
Tell me what's so wrong about fooling around on you. Yeah, tell me, baby, now who's been cheating me?
Sean had been able to get on stage and play with Pinetop Perkins and Hubert Sumlin and Bo Diddley and B.B. King and Buddy Guy.
Well, tell me, baby, where did you stay last night? Well, don't you help me cry.
He could emulate all the great blues guitar players, but he definitely had his own style.
I get a package in the mail and I look at the return address and it says Sean Costello. I immediately, I got excited. I think my reaction was basically I stood up from my desk, I walked into Rand's office, and I think I threw the envelope down on his table and said, "Let's sign him."
He woke up and the road was bad, George Martin. He couldn't see it.
I signed Sean because I loved Sean's music, because I loved what Sean was about, because he really knew this music.
He failed enough to know sometime to which you just could not relate. Oh, roll by simple twist of fate.
But under the surface, Sean faced inner struggles that made performing both a salvation and a torment.
Well, as I sit here, oh, not through till now, it's breaking day.
He struggled with manic highs that left him unable to sleep, dark depressions that made it difficult to finish projects. Sean was eventually diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Bipolar spectrum disorder. It's an overfiring of the mood regulator in the brain. So it really makes it more difficult for a musician to deal with their lifestyle and have a mood swing disorder.
Lord have mercy.
There can be down moods, there can be irritable or angry moods, there can be insomnia, problems concentrating, anxiety, irritability, depression, very happy moods, and euphoric. Rapid cycling is going through all of those moods I just described in a short period of time.
To cope, Sean turned to alcohol and marijuana, but switched to harder drugs and prescription medications.
I'm always amazed at how many performers feel very socially anxious until they get on stage, and they often use the alcohol to help them relax enough to get on stage. Artists tend to get lost in the addiction that is so prevalent with a bipolar spectrum disorder, and so it's hard to see the mood disorder behind the addiction.
I'm so weary of mine. I left my soul behind. Just something to remember me by.
People with bipolar disorder are very creative, and if they can channel the positive attributes of bipolar into their career, that they will be unstoppable.
At some point, I remember someone asking me, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, I want to be a guitar player. But I didn't even own a guitar at the time. I just kind of knew somehow that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's what I don't know, that's what I've always done.
I think it gave hope for the future of the music. There were many goals still left ahead, and it seemed that they were attainable.
Since you're gone.
I did my radio show on a Monday. I think he passed away that night, and I found out coming into work the next day. So yeah, that was a definite shock.
It ended so soon. All I could think about was the fact that we wouldn't hear any more new music from Sean Costello.